The word audit tends to make people feel a bit nervous. It sounds really formal, expensive, and there's a bit of fear about being told off or being exposed. In an operational context, that instinct is not entirely misplaced. In this video, I'm going to explain what an operational audit actually involves, what it produces, and how to know if you need one. So let's get into it. What is an operational audit? It is a structured review of how your business runs on a day-to-day basis. When someone is performing an audit, they're looking for how information moves through your business, and if it's getting stuck or duplicated anywhere. They're looking for things that are getting missed or for KPIs that are really difficult to find. How they actually do this process will vary per consultant. What I do personally, dependent on team size, I either meet with the team in full if possible so that I can hear about what they're doing on a daily basis, what they feel the issues are, what would help them directly from them. Sometimes it's not the team, it may be the team leads, it may be the department heads. It just depends on the size of the business. But in general, I want to hear from the people who are doing the work or the people that are closest to the team that is doing the work, so that I can hear what the frustrations are directly from that source. And then I do a second step of going into the platforms myself and looking at all the tech stuff. And there I'm looking to see, has something been set up and forgotten about because the person that set it up left the company. I'm looking for duplication. I'm looking for opportunities to make things better for the workers, to lessen those frustrations, to condense all the tools that the business is using. No matter who you work with, in the end, a good audit will tell you what to keep, what to fix, and what to let go of. The audit is not going to end with you being told that you need to change everything that you're doing. Every business has certain processes that are working really well. The audit is just finding the ones that can be improved. So do you need one? Not every business does. If you're in very early stages of your business, a handful of clients, a small team, or no team at all, the priority for you is going to be more about getting the systems in place. If you don't have much in place, then there's nothing to audit. However, if you are feeling that your team is constantly slowed down and bogged down by admin, you know there's a lot of duplication of effort, you know your systems are not up to date with each other, your CRM has no idea what's going on in your finance tool or your project management tool. If you've invested in all these tools, but you know that they're not being used properly or just not used consistently, or you've reached a point where you're ready to scale more, but you just know that internally your systems cannot handle it. These are the situations in which an audit is actually going to be beneficial for you. When the audit is complete, you should have a phased implementation plan, a clear sequence of changes, starting with the fixes that are going to have the most immediate impact to help you build a more connected, resilient structure for your business. For some businesses, this might mean a full systems overhaul. For others, it may be a targeted set of improvements to those specific areas that are causing the most strain in the business. Getting an operational audit can feel like a huge step. You're inviting someone into your business to look closely at it and then judge it, essentially. And I've noticed a common thread amongst CEOs, founders, department heads, and that they have this shame that they haven't been able to do this themselves, even though they know it's important. But truthfully, it takes so much time to learn how to look for these things, to know exactly what you're looking for, what is going to help. That is a huge skill, and there's no shame in not having it. If you have spent your time and energy learning to be great at the things that you're great at, of course you haven't had the capacity to learn this skill as well. In the businesses that wait until things get really severe, like a key person leaves, clients start having bad experiences, the founder gets really burnt out, they pay a much higher cost than those who address those structural issues when they still have the capacity to handle them calmly. The right time for an operational audit is when you start to feel the strain in your business. You don't need to wait until anything has actually broken down. If this sounds like where you're at, my Evolve service includes an operational audit and then full implementation of changes based on what I find in the audit. I'll leave a link below for you if you'd like to see what that would look like for your business.